Monday Night Football, baby. Big game. Eagles, Packers, Monday Night Football. Welcome to another Madden prediction video.
It's the Packers going up against the Eagles. With that, let's hand it over to Brandon Gotton and Charles Davis. They've got the call of this week.
Please leave comments, leave your thoughts. I want to get y'all feedback. What do you think the Eagles should do? You know, do you like commentary in these prediction videos that I do? You know, just give me your feedback, man. What do you think the Eagles should do in this game? Also, I would like to hear y'all thoughts on that as well. Let me know what y'all thinking, man. It's very important. Please, you know, you don't have to subscribe, but I just want y'all to just leave a comment, you know, leave a like, letting me know that you guys are watching and enjoying these prediction videos.
You can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home.
So here comes the Packers offense now.
Aaron Rodgers, this guy's still a good quarterback. We gotta find a way to make sure keep the Packers offense contained. Okay, I'm going to give y'all an in-game analysis on specific plays that happened on this first drive for the Packers. The first drive, they just, you know, there were play action, a lot of, you know, comeback routes, and I was expecting them to attack more of the middle of the field. Right here, I should have expected run with Stepnoski, and I played the pass because I saw Devontae Adams out there, so I played the pass instead. And right here, I don't know why my corners weren't, you know, protecting the inside route. And the Packers love running slants, and I don't know why they didn't take that away, even though I put the coverage to the inside. Rodney McLeod here, this was just baffling, flat-footed on the coverage. I don't know if he was looking at Ty Montgomery run across the middle, but it just didn't make much sense. And he should have just been on him. He should have just, you know, forced him to go more to the corner and just played underneath it. All right, football fans, Eagles Nation. On this drive, what I was trying to do is catch the Packers in a lot of zone blitzes. So, first play, I wanted to run the screen because from watching them on film, I felt like, you know, they play a lot of, you know, zone blitzing, they can't play too much man because they got a lot of injuries in the secondary, and I try to give you the most realistic starters for that game. So I ran a lot of, you know, crossing routes to confuse their linebackers and their secondaries. I wanted to attack in between the hashes. So what I mean by that is dig routes, you know, deep post routes, but to get, you know, plays behind their linebackers. But they were playing pretty far deep the way their linebackers were. So, but that allowed for, you know, long sustaining drives. And those are the Eagles starters. I even go to the point of trying to get the uniforms realistic, so I forgot to put the sleeves, not the sleeves, but the little rubber Jones on the tackle. I don't even know how to say his name. Number 72, Haley Late. Oh man, I'm gonna get some slack for that one. But yeah, I ran the ball, ran a draw there. You know, I was making sure I was staying balanced, making sure they couldn't get a read on what I was doing. And on this touchdown pass, I was practicing in practice mode, where I basically have, you know, Zach Ertz right there, and if they're in man coverage, it's going to create somewhat of a pick play, and Jordan Matthews basically just, you know, beat the guy without the pick play. He put a move on him, got him to go to his left. Jordan Matthews went to his right, got to the inside, and got the touchdown. And basically, that's what I was doing to the Packers, was just running it, and a combination of play action, you know, just get their guys in coverage and, you know, not make them feel comfortable. And those are the Packers starters. I always try to give you the most up-to-date starters in franchise mode. So, just, you know, give me your thoughts and comments on the game.
That's a nice tendency breaker by the offensive team there. Hand it to their big guy to pick up the first down.
No.
For 3rd and 4. From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. He's got Adams.
What is...
You really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where
Fuck,
his
man.
primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right
Man.
away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said,
He's throwing his short stuff in these corners, man. What the hell? Knew what they were going to do on third down. They were going to run a quick slant to the inside, and that's what happened. Nigel Bradham didn't, he didn't just squeeze that inside tight enough. And on this play, I was frustrated initially, but Jordy Nelson was on my best cover linebacker. But you still don't want your linebackers covering their wide receivers, so that's what happened.
Starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went. No
Secondary looks clueless. They aren't fucking clueless. They refuse to fucking cover.
I love a unit that can control the run.
Bullshit, man.
Passer. This is an all-around terrific defensive front. Hard to move the ball against them on the ground.
Long drives against them.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And at the 42-yard line here.
And they can add up as the game goes along. They control the clock, they control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
To throw, it's Wentz.
First down, and his name is Doug Peterson. You can bring the corner all you want to.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. Shrugs his tackle.
Nice.
You can hear me raging because I was frustrated, early portions of the game with how my defense was playing because I know what the Packers are going to do, but it's the difference between knowing and executing your game plan for the week for your opponent, and it was just frustrating me. So I know at this point I got to have long, sustained drives to keep my defense off the field. And right here, I just don't know how I didn't get in. But so I just ran, with a quick zone run with Smallwood. He got into the end zone. Good push by my offensive line. So just good performance there on that drive. And I had to keep away against the Packers. That's what I told my guy. Defend it inside. He still don't want to defend it. I don't know what to do. Double A gap blitz had two of my linebackers crash down, and that freed up Brandon Graham to make the hit. I really needed that. That was big on Aaron Rodgers.
Every time on defense, they think you're going to pass when you run, and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit. You had to be a complete guy, and you had to be able to tackle.
Now, I know I've said this before, but I wasn't alive when this field curtain was played. I know that, but I just want to let you know I wasn't alive.
I'm going to keep peppering that in there, and one of these days you're going to think.
One receiver left, two to the right. Here's Wentz to throw. And Matthews over the middle with a grab. It's a 10-yard pickup.
I'm looking at the two safeties, and that tells me what the coverage is going to be. And I just held on to the ball. Good protection. Jordan Matthews ran a crossing route. This was good defense by the Packers. I thought I had it. Try to run a crack back block there, get the, other defender that comes from the other side kind of scot-free. But here, it was just a quick throw to Zach Ertz. He beat Clay Matthews. He acted like he was going inside, then he broke it to the outside, and that's what freed him up for the touchdown. And I put it right on the money for Ertz.
On play action, it's Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Benny Logan.
Football, that led to the sack.
Now starts. And they're able to bring him down.
This play was going to dictate if I was going to go in a quick no-hurry-up offense to see if I was going to get positive yards because I didn't want to give Aaron Rodgers time to have the ball. So I ran it, and it broke. And it was good blocking by my wide receivers. I pulled Stubnotsky. He made a good block on the edge, and it freed up Ryan Matthews to have a 62-yard run. Here, I'm trying to get Jordan Matthews. Got enough protection, and he ran it. If I probably would have drove that ball instead of floating it, that's a touchdown. Had to settle for the field goal, and I know on defensively I had to make some adjustments in the second half to stop the Packers offense. Basic breakdown here. Two-man wide receiver route, play action, max protection. The Otis McKelvin got beat on the route because he didn't, jam him. Jordy Nelson got good release. Just it frustrates me, man, because you can see right there. I don't know why I didn't want to press coverage there because I wanted to play coverage behind this so it won't happen. And Jordy Nelson just beat him on the press coverage and beat him deep, 95-yard touchdown.
Back near the goal line. Here's Wentz. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete.
Fucking idiots.
For 18 there is the end of the drive. Now Wentz on third down. Ertz has it left side. Oh, look at the strength.
No.
Let's go. Blue 90.
Wentz now on first down. Left side caught by Matthews. And he's brought down. Now Wentz throwing on second down. And bringing it in, this is Selleck over the middle.
Have to play. I want to keep that Packers offense off the field after that garbage performance by my defense.
They'll run it now out of the gun.
Oh, come on with that crap. I had to settle for a field goal, man. They blew up the middle. They ran a blitz. Probably should have changed it at the line of scrimmage, man. I was mad. But here, I needed to stop here. I needed to stop them. You could see Packers were doing a lot of that quick slants, a lot of attacking the inside. But here, I brought a blitz. Rodney McLeod was the only guy back there to cover that, and he did a pretty good job of covering that up for me. Came up short on that third down, so I said, you know what? I'm gonna run it at him. Let's get physical. We've been running the ball with success. Ran it right up the middle. Good block by the guard there, pulling around, just opening that that lane for me to run through. Right here, blitz, had Zach Ertz on a crossing route. They brought his own blitz, and I had Zach Ertz on here. Right here was just good defense by the Packers. They stuffed it up. Third down, this was designed to get Smallwood open. Everything cleared out for him to have all that, but he just dropped it.
Fucking dropped.
It probably wouldn't matter because it looked like he was going to make the tackle, but had to settle for a field goal. But he just dropped the ball, and that hurt. Okay, Packers had a drive going, and I was trying to stop them, but they started with just attacking the middle of the field again. I've been saying that throughout this game here because that's what they were doing, and that's what I saw. On film when I was watching them, they attack the middle of the field. Right here, they broke their tendency because Jalen Mills was playing inside. Allison broke it to the outside. And right here, the reason right here where I'm good at red zone defense is, I get really fundamentally sound in the red zone. Defend the end zone, the back of the end zones where offenses like to go. Keep the ball in front of you, and most importantly, tackle. And that's how I limited the Packers to a field goal. I just kept the ball in front of me, got pressure on Aaron Rodgers, and made the tackle. All right, on this drive, it was very important to eat clock. A methodical drive is what I was striving for. I wanted to get the short, immediate passing game going if I had to, but mostly run the football. And the key thing, if you see in this video throughout this drive that I'm showing, 3rd and short, 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5, 3rd and 2 is where I wanted to stay so I can have the flexibility to run those crossing routes, hook routes, short routes, stuff that didn't require for me to go 8, 9, 11, no negative plays, keep it going and get the necessary yards to keep the first down. And that's what I wanted to do here. They brought a blitz. I knew where I was going. It was going to be Selleck. And usually when I have Selleck in the game, it's usually going to be a run. But they're playing, they brought a blitz. But here, I know they expected run in this situation because I'm trying to eat clock. But the corners are going to start cheating to the inside because they know it's going to be run. So I had an out route ran there. Here was just a great block by Brandon Brooks. Just push. Look at that push. Boom. Gets the linebacker on the second level. Then I get the touchdown. And I was saying on that drive, you can hear my commentary, I need a touchdown here. A field goal does me no good. And I know would have to go for 2. So it was just good blocking, you know, just good push. Got the edge sealed off. Vitae right there sealed it off, and Books got that push, and we got in the end zone and made it a 2-possession game. Didn't get the 2 points here. Was disappointed by that, but should have picked a different play. Not a good play called by me. Okay, at this point on defense, I'm looking at the time. I'm playing the situation. I'm willing to give up minimal yardage for clock. That's what I'm trading. I'm trading yards for clock. Nothing over the top. Fortunately, there I got pressure on Aaron Rodgers, sacked him, so that just made it easier just to pin my ears back and pass rush him. They threw a little, you know, comeback route. Don't mind giving that up. Just wish I would have kept it in bounds. Here, I was just taking the middle of the field. I went back to my schematics, and man, what a play by Jordan Hicks, and he's playing phenomenal too in the actual season. So he just, you know, stayed disciplined, followed the receiver. At first, I thought Randall Cobb made a catch, and then I seen that he punched the ball out. He just punched it out, and it went in the air. And Mike McCarthy is just, you know, devastated because they really needed that drive. They needed to score quick, and you know, I just, you know, kept the clock running. Wasn't gonna, you know, do anything to, you know, get Aaron Rodgers the ball, and I just sat back and played for coverage, and I sacked him again. So, you know, just leave me your thoughts. You know, I want to get y'all feedback. You know, interact with me. You know, like I said before, leave your comments. Let me know what you think of these prediction videos. Do you like the commentary? Do you like the way I'm breaking down certain plays, the big plays in the game? And if y'all want, I can do a playbook of, you know, certain plays to show y'all what happened in the game.
To try and get another one. Now you got to be careful of double moves, different things like that against them. But they like the
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And that's incomplete. He's out. Now Rodgers got to have this one. And that'll be incomplete with just 6
Game over.
seconds left on the clock. A lot of
W.
scoring. There's
I
no
got the
doubt
Eagles
about
winning
that. This
tonight.
is Charles. Points,
I'll
they
say
would not
28,
have been they were pretty easy to come by.
17 Eagles. I think a couple of turnovers, special teams, and they get the W. Leave comments. Leave a like if you like this video, but most importantly, leave comments. Give me your thoughts. What do you think the Eagles, if you're a Packers fan, what do you think the Packers got to do to win this game? Because I just don't see their defense being good enough to stop the Eagles. It's not because the Eagles offense is all world, it's the Packers defense is all bad. And the Eagles defense is good enough to come up with stops against, you know, the Packers offense, because I don't think their offensive line is as strong, other than the tackles. TJ Lang, I think he's out. So, in between the center and the guards, I think the Eagles are going to attack there, and I think they get the W. But I'm just asking my subscribers, people who are new to the channel, leave a comment if you're a sports fan, if you're a PS4 sports fan, gamer, leave a comment and let me know what y'all think. It's your boy Somatic, got the Eagles winning. Eagles Nation, go.
Of the NFL on EA Sports.
プレイステーション